Ready?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Hans Peter Meyer, and today I am on Grantham Ridge. Guess where that is? I'm on Grantham Ridge in the tasting room of Beaufort Winery with Susan Vandermolen. And Susan's going to be leading us through a tasting of 3 wines. Most of the grapes for these wines have been grown on the property here, just on this beautiful south-facing slope. Some of them haven't, and we'll talk a bit about that. But first I want to congratulate you, Susan, on your recent win in London, England. The Shiraz placed, it was a bronze. So just give me a few words about that. Like, so why is that special? What?
Well, it's a 2010 vintage red, so to win a medal with a 2010 red is very special. But to win any kind of medal in the International Wine Challenge in London, England is huge. So we're thrilled. Yeah, absolutely thrilled.
Well, and you know, I went to school just down the road here, and I never imagined that anybody would be growing wine around here, and much less competing in Europe and winning prizes. So let's taste these wines. So what are we going to start with?
Sounds good. We're going to start with a wine we've named Candiza. And this wine was named after the Moroccan goddess of lust. And it's the Moroccan goddess of lust seduces young men and then drives them crazy. So do enjoy, Hans.
I'm scared to try this.
It's a lovely crisp wine. It's made from the grape called Zigareba, which most people have never heard of. It is related to Gewürztraminer, so you'll find some beautiful Gewürztraminer-like flavors in here. But the beautiful thing about this grape is when it's picked perfectly, you have a gorgeous orange muscat flavor at the back end. Fabulous with our local shellfish and seafoods.
I should be smelling the wine, not the... maybe it's having its impact on me. I don't know.
The microphone doesn't smell quite as good.
No, I can taste the muscat now. Like we tried a bit earlier. I think it's warmed up a little bit, and that flavor is really coming out. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about white wines. We all tend to drink them a little bit too cold, but if you can let it warm up in your glass, you're going to get those flavors and aromas a lot stronger. So we usually take our white wines out of the fridge a good 10-15 minutes before we dine. And then you're really getting the full enjoyment of it. Okay,
so it's a lovely wine. Grape is growing here, but I also know that coming up this Monday, pretty soon, is a one big table event at Avenue Bistro, and you're the featured winery with your spring releases. So, how will this be paired?
Well, the beautiful thing is Chef Aaron has tried all of these wines, and Chef Aaron is one of those talented chefs at matching food and wine. Although I don't know the exact recipe he's going to be using, it will be good. He is going to match this wine with scallops, right, which is a beautiful match for this wine. Any shellfish, spot prawns, scallops, any kind of sable fish, beautiful light fishes are just right for this wine.
Okay.
Chef Aaron will create something beautiful with scallops.
Okay, and what's our next wine?
The next wine we've named Beau Nouveau, and this is Beaufort Winery's take on a Beaujolais Nouveau. It's what we call a red wine wanting to be a white wine. It's one of those reds you serve cold, and I know most people don't do that, but this has been treated like a white wine, so it hasn't been an oak. It's nice, light, lively. It's just off dry. Great with spicier foods. Fabulous with cold salads. We've had it with smoked duck before. And we are going to be pairing this with a selection of cheeses at the Avenue Big Table. And I know that Chef Aaron is already thinking about which cheeses are going to match beautifully with this. Quite a number would go with this, even a peppery cheese even.
Right. So what particular cheese would you pair it with?
Well, I think I would like the, we love Natural Pastures cheese, and they make a beautiful cracked pepper Bourne-Casse or smoked Bourne-Casse, both which would be beautiful with this wine. I think rosés lend themselves to a smokiness in a food, and so the smoked Bourne-Casse might actually be the best choice. But
well, this definitely is... This is not a classic rosé, though, is it?
No, it's a very dark rosé, or a light red. It has a very robust flavor. So you do get the flavors of the grapes, and these are the red grapes that grow here. Leon Milot, Marshall Foch, and Cab Foch. And pressed quickly, done in stainless steel, finished with just a little bit of sweetness. So you probably never have had a red wine like this. Very, very refreshing.
Wow. Yeah, well, it's lovely. It is quite different. So what's next?
The final wine is a red, and we've named this one L'Artiste. And when we blend wines, we call that the artistic portion of winemaking. So this is actually a blend of the red grapes that we grow here, Marshall Foch, Leon Milot, and Cab Foch. And we've blended it with a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz. And those grapes do come from the Okanagan. We bring them in overnight. Refrigerated truck. We crush and press them here right at the winery, and the blend is really very unique. It's kind of a medium-bodied wine, has the earthiness of the Foch, but with that beautiful aroma from the richly oaked Cabernet Sauvignon. Something that could pair very nicely with robust foods, beef, lamb, and at Avenue, Chef Aaron is going to do venison, which is going to be a very nice match with this wine.
Whoa.
So it's got a nice strong aroma of Cabernet Sauvignon, a little touch of French oak because that's how the Cab was done. The Foch is done in both French and American. So a real complexity of flavors from an oak standpoint, but also from blending 5 grapes together, you get a very interesting glass of wine.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I figured out what it is that I'm smelling, and that's like a horseradish. Is that possible?
Oh. Anything's possible. Everyone's palate is different, and actually it's one of the things I love about not writing on the back of these wines what's in it or what we think it tastes like, because it tastes different to everybody who tries it.
Right.
But yeah, there is a spiciness to it from the Shiraz, I believe, which might be giving you kind of a hint of a radish.
Well, it certainly makes me want to pair it with something red, some red meat. You know, that horseradishy kind of thing.
We have had a fabulous food pairing with this wine. We did a espresso bean rubbed bison loin sitting on top of smoked grits, which was a stunning pairing.
That's a lot of heavy flavors to match against this.
Yeah, and for a fairly medium-bodied wine, it's the complexity of the flavors that can help stand up to something that interesting.
Right. Well, this is something I appreciate about these, is that there isn't a big, isn't a heaviness to this, and but there's lots of stuff happening in the class. So again, I'm a little bit surprised that, you know, go to school, elementary school down the hill, and there's like amazing wines being produced here that are winning awards around the world. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And so 2 of these are purely made from grapes on site here in Grantham, you know, a suburb of Merville. And then the L'Artiste here is grapes from here. Well, how did Jeff describe it? Grapes from 2 valleys, right?
So our valley meets the Okanagan Valley. But we relate winemaking to being a chef. So we grow 7 ingredients here. Now, if you only had 7 ingredients to cook with, it might get a little bit dull at times. So we bring in a few more ingredients from other places. It means better wines. And we love blends, and we want to present something interesting to our customers every time we produce a wine. So.
Well, it's delicious. And again, congratulations on your many awards.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.
Yes. Well, thank you for watching, too.